Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content, viewer discretion is advised. So this is what happens when you wake up early in the morning. You plan on doing a Killer Croc review, and you push the button on your camera thinking it's recording, and then when you're all done with it, you push it to stop recording. Well, when you're half asleep, or half awake, however you look at it, you realize that you didn't push the record button, and you've been talking to yourself for the past 15 minutes. Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are, back at it again with another action figure review. This time we got a biggie. Yeah, we got a big boy. A big boy. We have Killer Croc right here in front of you. This is from Arkham Origins. Now, if you guys didn't see my last review of this Batman right here, check it out. We're keeping in the theme of Batman figures. As you guys know, I recently purchased this. I can't remember. I think from a comic book store or off the internet. Can't remember, man. I can't keep track of my toys. But I got him because I've always wanted this Killer Croc. I know eventually McFarlane is going to be making this Killer Croc. When he does, I'm buying that mother. But this guy, I've been satisfied. I've been going back to the past and picking up a lot of these Arkham Origin, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight figures, and I've been really satisfied, dude. I think these DC collectibles are better than the McFarlane ones. I really haven't picked up any of the McFarlane Arkham ones. Not really interested because I'm still picking up these guys right here. With that being said, let's go ahead and take them out the package, man. But as far as McFarlane is concerned, I've been pretty satisfied with the figures that I've bought so far. For instance, this Man-Bat, one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. We'll do some comparisons, guys. As you guys know, if you're familiar with watching my channel, I'm going to break out a lot of figures. From right here, from Spawn to Predator to Sugar Man, Batman, of course, Man-Bat, Sub-Zero over there. We got Thanos down here, and of course I'm going to break out some other Arkham figures as well, man, to do some comparisons. So let's go ahead and take out this Killer Croc. I've always wanted this guy in my collection. Now I have Killer Croc in my collection. So the only thing he comes with is nothing. He brought himself to the party. That's all he needs. It's not bring your own beer. Nothing. It's just Killer Croc. He just brought himself. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do some comparisons with these figures here on the table. Also, I'm going to break out that other Killer Croc. Also, I'm going to break out, like I said, some other figures as well to do some comparisons. So let's go ahead and check out Killer Croc right here, man. Let me raise up my camera just a little bit because he is a tall guy. Speaking of tallness, let's go ahead and measure him before we take a look at him so you can see how big he is. So Killer Croc stands at 10 1/4 tall. That's just a little under 10 inches. Okay, so I have to be careful, guys, because his leg is broken right here. I was messing around with him, broke the leg off, so it is super glued, so I won't be able to bend this left knee. But if you guys watch my previous reviews on Arkham figures, you know that they're not the best at articulation. And this is what I mean. That's all you're going to get with this Killer Croc. Just that bend because of the design of the figure. I had this same problem with the Bane figure. These figures are not great at articulation at all. Ankle pivoting, really no ankle bend at all. And there's his feet, kind of look like my feet. And then he has the waist swivel right here. Great waist swivel. Bend right there at the torso. and he can look up barely. Arms, like I said, his design hinders a lot of his articulation. But then again, he's a big Killer Croc, so I don't really care, man. I mean, I don't expect much articulation from these big figures. Kick-wise, he can kick back that far. Kick back that far without his pants interfering, or the design of his pants interfering. Kick that much forward. And then arms are on a ball joint, so they can extend outwards like so. They can rotate, bloom, bloom, bloom. Hands are on a ball joint, so you can get his hand to go in, outward, twist, you know, all that good stuff. Head movement is on a ball joint, but it's, like I said, hindered by his design. Swivel has a rocker to it. So let's take a look at, I don't know if you guys saw that. Sorry if you guys didn't see that. Head swivel. Okay, so let's take a look at this Killer Croc. And this guy is beautifully done. The face sculpt, I'm showing you guys his chest. The face sculpt is done very, very nicely, man. I love the teeth on the outside of his face. His jaw, of course, is not articulated at all. The chest is done very nicely. His shoulders are done very nicely. Here is the back of Killer Croc, looking all scaly. Looking all scaly. That's why you guys come here for my reviews, because I give you top-notch quality reviews. Look at his back. It looks all scaly. He's got a flat booty. Of course, I wouldn't think Killer Croc would have junk in his trunk. Because I don't think Killer Crocs have a booty, so. And then here's his crotch. His killer crotch. Oh, shit. Oh, I cracked myself up. His killer crotch. Get it? His killer crotch. Because he's Killer Croc. Killer crotch. His killer crotch. If I were ever to become a porn star, that would be my name. So, as you can see, his belt is broken in half. It's supposed to look like that because he's a monster. Or actually, it's his suspenders, not his belt. Of course, if you're a monster, monsters don't wear suspenders. And that's why it's torn up. There's his torso. Speaking of torn up torso. I'm all over the place today, man. And he is a big, big boy, guys. Okay, so let's do some comparison of some figures that I have on my table. Like I said, this was my last review of Batman, the blue variant. So this is how they measure up right here. You see Killer Croc is a big boy. Speaking of monstrosities, Sugarman, anytime I can bring Sugarman in for a comparison, that's how Sugarman and Killer Croc measure up. And look, they both have suspenders. This guy has suspenders. What are the odds? I think they would make a good team. I think they would have fun. They would go out partying, drink it up on the night on the town. Speaking of reptilian creatures, we have Predator. Sorry, guys. Seems like I had too many beers last night. Yeah, that's how... Predator is a big boy, so it's only natural that he would measure up with Killer Croc very well. Speaking of custom spawn right here, anytime I can break out my custom spawn, you know I'm going to do it. So that's how Killer Croc and my custom spawn measure up. And then here's the Nightfall Batman, which I think the Nightfall Batman probably goes better with this Killer Croc. Marvel Select Thanos. Marvel Select Thanos is the big boy, but Killer Croc overshadows Thanos. And then we have the Hellbat suit Batman. So this Killer Croc is going to go very nicely on my shelf, man. Very, very nicely on my shelf. And there's his wing, always popping off. Every time I give you a compliment, Hellsuit Batman, you disappoint me and your fucking wing falls off. So if you guys want to see him with the Mortal Kombat figure, here is... I would love to see Killer Croc, man, in a Mortal Kombat video game. That would be awesome, dude. But here's Killer Croc with Sub-Zero. And let's go ahead and break out some other figures, DC figures, and also another Killer Croc figure to do some more comparisons. Okay, so here is Killer Croc next to some other Arkham villains, man. And I really, really love these from DC Collectibles, man. These Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight villains, dude. They're really, really awesome. I think they were slept on back in the day, man. A lot of people really didn't appreciate these figures when they first came out. And I know McFarlane's doing the whole Arkham, Knight, Arkham Asylum reboot of figures. But for some reason, these figures remind me more of McFarlane than those figures that he's releasing, because those figures look too polished, where these figures look more grimy, like how I know McFarlane used to be. Remember McFarlane, how grimy his figures used to be? And these figures remind me of the griminess, the old school McFarlane. Some of the new figures that McFarlane is releasing now are a little bit too perfect and too pristine. You know what I mean? If you guys agree with me, hit the like button. So here is Killer Croc with Bane right here. I think he's Arkham Origins. I'm pretty sure both of these guys are Arkham Origins. So that's how they measure up right here. And I even though I love this Bane and I love the way he looks, his articulation is shit. Really shit, man. Because of his design, same thing with Killer Croc. It's just really, really shit, man. But with that being said, he's a fucking awesome Bane, man. Awesome, awesome Bane. So that's pretty much how I have him displayed on my shelf anyways. So if you guys are posers, which I'm not, then these figures are not for you, man. If you don't mind collecting statues, articulated statues, which I have a tendency of doing because I collect a lot of Spawn figures, then these figures are for you. If you love the overall design and the detail, then these figures are for you. So here is Scarecrow next to Killer Croc, looking amazing, dude. This is where Killer Croc is gonna go amongst Bane and Scarecrow. Here is the Joker, which I still think this Joker is better than the McFarlane Joker. What do you guys think? Maybe, yeah, no, maybe so. You might disagree with me, but that's how they measure up. The Joker looks like a little kid next to Killer Croc, man. And then we have the Arkham Knight Batman, I believe. That's how Batman... How the fuck does Batman beat this guy? How is that possible? Very awesome Batman. I still like this Batman figure. One of my favorite Batman figures. And then the comparison that you guys were all here for, not really. Here is the last wave by Multiverse. This is the Killer Croc right here. Build-A-Figure next to the DC Collectibles Killer Croc. Both of them I like equally. This Killer Croc Multiverse is more of a comic book based figure, where this one, of course, is based on the video game. But both figures, but as you can see, the Killer Croc DC Collectibles is bigger than this guy right here. And you know what? He is actually pretty big, dude. He's actually bigger than the Marvel Select Hulk that I have. So that makes me wonder, how big is this guy? So let me break out some more other big figures if you guys care to stick around. Let's do some more comparisons. I want to break out some other big figures to see how big they are compared to next to Killer Croc. Okay, so I seldom break out this figure, but he's one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. I figure I break him out because he's big and he's scaly, like Killer Croc. Here's a Marvel Select Abomination. In Abomination, this is one freaking heavy toy, man. If you guys are toy collectors and you don't have this guy in your collection, you need this mother in your collection. But Killer Croc, as you guys can see, is taller than Abomination, but of course, Abomination is thicker. So that's what the ladies love. They don't care how long it is; they just care how thick it is. Never mind. Okay, so here is Killer Croc standing next to the Assassin Predator, and actually the Assassin Predator is taller than Killer Croc. If you guys didn't see my last review of Rhino Alien was actually taller than this Assassin Predator, but Assassin Predator is taller than Killer Croc. Who wins, man? Killer Croc or Assassin Predator? Ooh, man, that's a tough one, dude. That is a tough one. Wow. I have no idea. And to break in a Ninja Turtle figure, simply because he's reptilian, Killer Croc is a crocodile, Donatello is a turtle. Who wins, Donatello or Killer Croc? Ooh, man, that's a tough one. I think if Ninja Turtles altogether battled Killer Croc, I think Ninja Turtles would win. But if it's just Donatello versus Killer Croc, I think Donatello would be turtle soup. Just my opinion. But that's how they measure up. This is NECA, Ninja Turtle, Donatello. So he's a big guy, man. So if you guys stuck around through that entire comparison process, I just want to say thanks. Let me go ahead and give you my rating. What do I make of this Killer Croc? I think he's dope. I think you guys should have him in your collection. And I really like him. So being that he's an older figure, I'm not going to base him on articulation. I'm not going to subtract any points from the articulation. As you guys know, I collect a lot of articulated statues and statues. So just on an articulated statue standpoint, I'm going to give this guy... I can't give him a solid 9, but I'm going to go in between 8 and a 9. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I really like this Killer Croc. I'm glad I have this guy in my collection. I really like all the Arkham figures, man. DC Collectibles did an amazing job. And these figures still hold up today, man. Some odd years later... Let's see. Some odd years later... Sorry, I'm trying to get the box, see what year this is. Of course, I never have the year on this box, but I do believe it came out in the early 2000s. If you guys know, let me know. But yeah, it is not a newer figure. It is probably a 15-year-old figure around that timeline. 15, 16, 17-year-old figure, my guess is. But it still holds up. It still holds up, man. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still collecting this line. I'm continuing to buy these figures because DC Collectibles did such an amazing job. And this guy is no exception. This is one of their masterpieces. He is probably my favorite, as of right now, my favorite Arkham figure. I do like the Scarecrow. I do like the Bane. But I just love the giant sizeness. Giant sizeness? The giant sizeness of Killer Croc. And yeah, man, I definitely recommend him in your collection if you love big, chunky action figures. Go pick up this mofo. And there you guys have it. There was my little review comparison video of Killer Croc DC Arkham Origins. Let me know what you guys think of this figure. Do you like him? Do you own him? Do you plan on picking him up? Do you think McFarlane? I think McFarlane is going to eventually do this figure. When he does, I'm definitely going to pick that up because I love all the big figures McFarlane is going to do. I'm definitely going to do a comparison video when that happens. But there was Killer Croc, guys. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next review. Peace out!